I'm completely convinced that this Dailyvee series is going to be the most important thing in my life in a year.
Thank you.
I think it will be the because I think
we started talking about this.
I think hundreds of thousands of people a day are going to watch it by the end of this time next year.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to have 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 people watching it a day, it's going to be the current narrative.
Okay, and what do you? And we never really got into it. What do you think? Because I have my theories about it. What do you think the appeal is of the daily show, Dailyvee?
I think ultimately, very honestly, I think selfishly, for a very small group of people in the world, aspiring or current entrepreneurs or business enthusiasts, that I'm interesting in that game.
Right.
And really, I think that's what the appeal is.
Okay.
That like people were blown away by how hard I actually like. If you like, I don't know how deep you're gonna go. If you go read the comments on episode 2, there were people that basically said things like, "I've been watching you for 3 years, hearing you for 3 years. I didn't get how hard you actually work."
Yeah.
So I think I'm living a life that is an anomaly.
Right.
I think that I wish I documented all my truths to this level, because all the people that think I was smart about Twitter, they don't even know how much. And I think this will do that.
Right.
That we're capturing my conversation about Snapchat right now, and in 18 months when Snapchat is literally the only other main platform in the world, like as big gets, I'll have this narrative on how right I was on its mainstream ability, while so many people in this hotel still think that it's for kids or dick pics.
Right.
What up, Snapchat? Would love for you to go check out my Instagram story and love to get your 2 cents on it. Instagram stories suck. The same fuckers that loved Instagram 11 months ago and were like, Snapchat is bullshit, are literally gonna say Instagram stories are bullshit, Snapchat's the best. They hate that change, D-Rock. They hate that change. I love that change because it's inevitable. Anybody that thinks that this is gonna kill Snapchat is completely out of their mind. That's an incredibly no chance statement. And I would also say that let's not forget that Instagram's already had success. I think I said this in the video, with fast following Vine and doing video, and that pretty much killed Vine. There's no shot of killing Snapchat, but I do think there's a shot for people that have been able to build big audiences on Instagram and have not yet built big audiences on Snapchat. This may create a scenario where they won't try to create big audiences on Snapchat, and that alone is a win for Instagram. It won't kill Snapchat because Snapchat's too big. That's all. They're just too big. It's too much. Too many people have too many audiences. There's too many people that use it. Plus, there's a lot of people that won't give Instagram a shot here because they think it's a copycat play, and out of the emotion, they'll be like, oh, screw that. What Snapchat taught us is there's a place for content that is not that serious. I think Instagram became like a museum, and Snapchat became like your conversations, and I think that what this is gonna do for a lot of Instagram celebrities, content producers, media companies, brands, is allow them to produce a lot more content for Snapchat. There's a lot of people on Snapchat that are way too fancy and only post 1 or 2 things and they have to be perfect. This is gonna give them that ability to not be as perfect, which will make them create more. All these things start off as something. It could have any niche, that the next big social network's gonna start off with some niche, some feature, build critical mass, and then just become a content platform with every option of every way to do it. Got it? Eventually, snackable content, evergreen content, and live content will be the cost of entry to be a modern day massive social network. Boom! Everybody under 25, or more specifically under 21, still favors it, and if I go right now to the App Store, which I didn't do this morning, which is unusual, but if I go right now, and I'm just gonna look at the top of the charts, and here they are, Snapchat is number 4. It's not like it's number 54. Yeah. It's not dying. Like this thought of deleting a platform that hundreds of millions of people use that could start different features in the same way that Instagram didn't have those features and everybody was going to Snapchat. Yeah. Why couldn't Snapchat create something tomorrow that changes the outcome? It makes zero sense in a world where your job and your life is predicated on you arbitraging attention and awareness to the things you do, to close a channel that isn't charging you because it seems similar to another channel would be the same thing as saying you're not gonna air it on CNBC and Fox Business because they're both CNBC and Fox Business, or MSNBC and CNN. If MSNBC and CNN both wanted you to do a 5-minute spot and talk about the same exact thing, intuitively I feel like you would do them both. The only thing that matters is attention. That's what you're trading on. The only thing that matters is other people's attention, because without it, it doesn't matter what you're creating, right?
Yeah.
That's why you don't delete Snapchat. That's why you get good at things. That's why, Alexa, play my daily briefs.
Here's your flash briefing. From Garyvee 365.
Am I watching the patterns of 14-year-old teenagers who... That exists. Alexa, stop. That exists because I know that's the next landscape of attention.
Let's talk for a minute, since we're on the subject of work ethic. How has yours changed? You made a comment a few episodes ago or some time ago saying that, or it might have been that New Jersey Tech Talk, where you said that when you look back at how you were, say at 28 or 30, and you realize that you come home and just goof off, and that you can't imagine living like that anymore. What changed? Not in it.
My 30th birthday.
Really?
Yeah, really. It's as black and white as that. I had an epiphany that I wasn't doing the behavior that was going to allow me to establish the ambitions that I actually have.
So did you actively make a change?
No. I actively decided to care about technology and storytelling and the web and YouTube and Twitter, and that then created the opportunities that allow me to be busy every minute of the day.
Okay.
Every minute of every day for 3 lifetimes.
Right.
That's what got me there. Whereas that wasn't the case with WineLibrary.com and Wine Library. I built something, but I wasn't busy with opportunity.
Okay. And what do you think that you have that others don't have that prevents them from being that kind of productive and having that kind of work ethic? Or what do you think?
Blind ambition.
Okay.
Disproportionate love for the process. I secretly like that the Jets lost even though it was a heartbreaker, because I still get to climb for the win. Loving the process. I think that people are going to watch content that I could be paid $10,000 a head for in a mastermind course times 25,000 people tomorrow.
Right. So, one more time.
This is going to allow me to give away an enormous amount of free advice.
Right.
Whereas I could not do this. Charge everybody. Do you know how many people, if tomorrow I announced I am no longer putting out content?
Right.
I am creating the Gary Vaynerchuk School Mastermind of Marketing. And it is $5,000 a month to get what you've been getting.
Right.
Do you know how much money I would make? Tens of millions of dollars. And that's what most people do.
So why aren't you?
Because I have this equal ambition to succeed, because I think I have enough talent to do both.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. You talk about how much money you kind of leave on the table through...
That's a black and white example of how I leave money on the table. Nobody is giving the high quality advice that I'm giving away for free in the world. I believe that to be true. And if it's not true, I strive for that.
Right. But if you were charging it, do you think that it would be charging for it? Do you think that it would be? I mean, it's so hard to say with you because there's the whole notion of perceived value, and when you purchase something, you have a higher perception of its value. But I'm getting intense value from watching you for free, and I wouldn't pay that money for it because I'm not in that world.
It's because and so that leads to why, on a selfish level, I'm willing to be patient because I think I can build more brand, right? Oprah had a TV show. Oprah or Tony Robbins, these are all very similar cousins.
Right.
So the answer is financially, one will argue that I would make, one would argue 100,000 of you isn't going to get me as much value as charging one person $5,000 a month.
Right.
What, are you going to buy a $13 book?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
So that's the rub. I truly believe what I'm doing in my actions, not my words, is proving my belief in how special I really am.
Okay.
And either I will be right or I will be wrong.
Okay. And like you talk about other ways that you're leaving money on the table.
In the short term, leaving a lot of money because a lot of people won't hire me to speak.
Right.
I would say net, I still am probably leaving a little money on the table because I could be cruising at $75,000 a clip to a lot of stuff that don't hire me now.
Right.
But I do think there's a lot of 15-year-olds that are like, he's cool, and eventually will care about me and good things will happen.
Okay. And okay, so the idea between like a book and what you do, where you're in a way, you're kind of like when you write a book, 200, 300 pages, you're basically giving it away.
For 13
bucks.
For 13 bucks on Amazon, and by the time I get 4 by me, yes. The answer is yes. Compared
to, in like, you could take a year worth of Ask Garyvee content to create that same book. Why bother doing the video and the thing, given that you can just sort of write it and sell it?
Because I am not romantic about how the end consumer wants to consume content. Gary Vaynerchuk, would never read the Ask Garyvee book, but I might listen to it on podcast because of the way I consume it. I'm a bad reader.
Yeah.
So that's why. Because I'm not in charge of doing anything other than putting my end audience in the best position to succeed in consuming the content. Okay.
And I have a feeling that you enjoy it to a point. You enjoy doing this.
The show?
Yes.
Quite a bit.
To a point that you wouldn't enjoy it as much if it were a bunch of rich business types paying $5,000 a month for it.
That's right.
Do you think that's true?
That's true.
Okay. It wouldn't be the same.
That's right, because everybody that looks like me is doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are tens of thousands of mastermind groups where a figurehead sits at the top, and I look at them as, at best, solid, and at worst, a scam.
Yeah. Well, I always feel kind of conned when I read some article like, oh, this dude has this piece of insight that's going to make you $10 million, and you get there and you sort of read it, and then he's obviously saving to pay off.
And the funny thing is, I think I could get away with it and bring enough value. I'm getting so much value on my Snapchat right now.
Yeah.
On these Snapchat secrets over the last 3-4 days. Like, more than people are paying $10,000 a month for in a year on some mastermind. I'm doing it for free.
Right.
And what's interesting is they perceive me less valuable because they're not paying for it, like you.
Yeah.
But I don't care. It's an equity builder.
Right. But see, I'm conflicted because, like I just said, I perceive it better because I'm not paying for it, because I feel like there's an aura of authenticity and genuineness to it that I don't get when someone's trying to make money off of it.
Now you know why business people disrespect ideological thesis.
Okay.
I'm doing all the right things, and it's coming at my negative.
Right. But it's not. There's going to be a payoff.
Correct. In my legacy.
Yeah.
And
before that.
Yeah. And that's right. I think that I'll win long term. At 80, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And that something should happen because of it.
Right. Back to CES. What's the vibe that you're getting here this week?
I won't know. I'm very insular.
Okay.
To my business practices, I won't go to the place. I don't know what people are talking about.
So you're not. That's cool. I'm here to focus
on me.
On Vayner. Okay.
On Vayner, on my brand.
Yeah.
I'm the book's coming out in 90 days. The Ask Garyvee show, the Dailyvee thing. I'm obsessed with what's going on with Snapchat.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with it right now.
What's going on with Snapchat?
It's about to win the attention graph.
About the attention graph?
You. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
46.
You, at 48 years old?
46.
I know. You, at 48 years old, are going to consume a lot of Snapchat.
Okay.
That's why I'm excited.
Interesting. Why is it? What's it got going for it that nothing else has?
The scale of 13 to 27-year-olds that will educate the 28 to 60-year-olds to the value prop over time.
Okay.
Like Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And then those kids will move on to something else.
That's right. Not those same kids, because they'll become the generation Snapchat.
Right.
The next
new generation of kids. What do you think's on the horizon?
There's so much good stuff here.
What do you think's on the horizon that nobody's really paying attention to yet? Or how is this all going to change?
VR.
VR?
VR is the big kind of looming giant that could get interesting.
Okay, how so?
I think in 15 years we could all be walking around with fucking contact lenses and VR world all day long.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Right.
Like if you think about the internet, that if you and I were sitting here in 1979 and I perfectly predicted the internet in 2016,
yeah,
that would be.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated by people's inability to understand if VR's right. Forget about Oculus, imagine contact lenses, and us. Look how people are with phones. Look at that dude. Right?
Yep.
Just imagine us doing that right now. Like,
but that's going to be a weird world.
This is a weird world to a caveman.
Yeah, that's true.
People don't play in 100-year turns.
And what's VR going to do for you? What's your interest in it?
I'm going to realize when it's just about to go mainstream, Snapchat, and I'm going to execute whatever that is. My personal brand, an investment, whatever my vehicles for success are. If I bought a brand and I marketed on there, whatever I care about.
Right.